Good morning, everybody. A very warm welcome from Shared Care Scotland and the Family Fund to our Dynamic Earth for Brilliant Breaks. This is a conference to explore short breaks for families who've got a disabled child.
Take a Break and Better Breaks have heard loud and clear from families about the challenges they face, the joys they experience and the differences that a short break can make. It is our intention to share these experiences with you today, to demonstrate the impact and need for these schemes today and in the future.
The funding that we receive from Scottish Government is very welcome indeed. I mean, especially given the very tough economic conditions that we're facing at the moment. But we're realistic enough to know that the levels of funding available aren't enough to reach every family that needs a break. So we hope we can increase the impact of this money by using the learning gained to try out some new approaches, to see if we can overcome some of those obstacles which might be preventing us from using existing resources in different ways.
Ideas are what we're here today to form and to crystallise and to explore. And that's what Expeditions are all about, bringing groups of people together to overcome obstacles and adversity to reach a common goal.
I think that it's lovely for networking. I've spoken to a huge number of people. I've learned quite a bit from the workshops, how to overcome some challenges, how to provide provision which is slightly different and even better.
I work more with adults and I learned such a lot about the needs of children, and the inspirational stories from the families were just amazing. I was very, very moved.
Sometimes families have to make things happen for themselves to get what's actually needed, and that's what we've had to do. We've set up a charity in Aberdeen, and we've done 2 years of research to basically decide what is appropriate for the children that are in the northeast of Scotland. So our journey is to raise all that money, and we can't do that by ourselves. So we're working together with the NHS and with local MSPs and with the local councils, and hopefully we can get what we need for all the children in the northeast and get something exciting happening up there.
I think it's been really good listening to all the speakers. Some of them have been quite inspirational, and in particular the parents who spoke at the end, both of them, and having their families, and Gary being there telling his own story for himself. It's really at the grassroots where it's all about. It's about the families.
Tell us how many hens you have laid.
I've got 269, 269.
Wow.
What those families were looking for wasn't the world. It wasn't about being able to go overseas and try to achieve a massive thing. It was the simple things in life that you and I would take for granted. I think that was the most powerful thing of the conference, most definitely.
They actually hear what's happening on the ground in terms of good practice and how people can access good short breaks, family short breaks which benefit the whole family. I think it's quite inspiring to see what can be achieved, that people do get together and there's a coordinated approach to short breaks at a strategic level.
If I could change one or two things about short breaks, the first thing would be that people were in control of what they got, and the second thing would be that they get more of them.
Short breaks should be as personalised as possible to suit the people that they are provided for, so people should be able to decide for themselves what they want, when they want it, and how they want that provided.
I think there are many other small organisations in Scotland that, if they knew about short breaks, could increase the diversity for families, because it's all about giving families a bit more choice.
The biggest thing that I would change would be getting appropriate and timely information to carers on what's available. I think there's It's a major barrier for carers that they don't know what's out there.
We live in a rural area, and if people don't have contact with agencies and services and they don't get the information, they don't really know what they can apply for, and then obviously they miss out.
There's always that concern that at the end of each round of funding they're not going to get any more and the service will stop, and it means so much to them. So I think having some kind of long-term security, that would really mean a lot to the families who receive services.
I think that universally it just would be ideal if the families had complete control.
Being able to give families and young people that impulse choice, so that's what I would change.